Hello, Macalee tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem 4 with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we conquered the Castle Anfani, liberated, liberated. These guys were sending bandits down to burn villages, so we had to. We didn't have any choice. You know, this guy attacked our friend's sister over in Nordion, so we had to save them, and then we conquered his castle, and then we conquered the guy to the north because we had to. We didn't have any choices. No choice in the matter. Also, Arden's quest is nearly complete. He's got himself an awesome little pursuit band, so hey, good job, Arden. Now, for today's episode, you don't see a lot of enemies on the map right now because I think as soon as we end turn, you know, the plot will continue, seeing as we just sacked Anfani. But I did have a little sneak peek at sort of what's to come, and there is one thing that I did not plan for properly. You might notice on the slideshow on the side there that sometimes there's a Pegasus Knight, and you know we want to recruit all the people, of course. You also might remember from a conversation earlier that the current Pegasus Knight is in Augusti looking for the prince, which we are pretty sure is Lewin. I'm pretty sure she said him by name anyway. But even if you were wondering, he's got the whole fancy Forseti blood and all that kind of nonsense, so it's almost certainly him. It says a bard, and sure, he acts like a bard, but he's probably a prince. The problem is, and I didn't realize this, of course, until I looked it up, what will end up happening is, whatever her name is, I don't know what they'll translate her name yet, she's going to end up going to Evans. And the only way to recruit her will be to talk to her with Lewin before she kills us or we kill her. The problem with that is, as you can see here, Lewin is absolutely nowhere near Castle Evans. So basically the only way we're going to be able to get him back there is if someone can warp or return him. And our current casters are over here. So we've got Ethlin with the return spell, which would get him right back to the correct castle, Castle Evans. Or we have on Aideen the Warp Staff, which would get anyone to any castle. So what I'm kind of thinking is I'll probably want to send Ethlin down along this way so that we can warp him in a few turns. And I think I have enough turns left to get Lewin back home. But sending him up to these towns or sending Sylvia is probably not a good idea at this moment. Maybe we'll deal with those a little bit later. So it's a little bit of a change of plan, and it is a little bit of a spoiler, sort of, but I feel like I'm going to mess this up and not get a character if I don't get Lewin moving. Furthermore, I think he does need to talk to somebody. Sigurd should talk to Lewin. Oh, we've got all kinds of new ones. Right, we just sacked a city, so Beowulf and Raquzes and Alec and Sylvia. I think that's a love point one, which isn't quite what we want because we're not pairing Sylvia up with Alec. Sylvia and Sigurd might... I don't think that one's love. Sigurd's already married, so it doesn't really matter. But Sylvia is kind of a flirt, as you may have gathered already, in fact. Okay, so with that said, basically, we need to get Lewin over... I'm kind of thinking catch up around here or so. So let's start that process, because we've got a ways to go here. I think maybe skirting the villages will save us time. It's just going to be... Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I got to turn her animations off. But yeah, I think we'll be able to move him a little bit faster on the south route rather than through the forest. And if we rush Ethelene down here, it shouldn't take very... Like, it'll take a couple turns, but she's mounted. She should meet him around here, so maybe in 2 or 3 turns. That should be fine. Anyway, we'll find out. If it doesn't work, then, you know, woe is me. I'm pretty sure... If a Pegasus Knight flies down and sacks this castle, we get a game over. So, like, I have to do something. I mean, I can warp anybody back, but they'll just kill her. Okay, other than that, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Do to to liberate some villages down here. Because he can pass that money on. But that means before I do that, I should send his existing money to somebody else. So, who needs 20,000 gold? Well, let's have a quick look at the gold chart. We've got it sorted by funds right now. So, could be Deirdre, could be Raquzes. Beowulf, I'm pretty sure will survive the arena. It's also like people who need to buy stuff is kind of helpful as well. Like, for instance, Arden is probably going to sell his pursuit band, so he'll have some money. But someone should buy that. I think we were talking about maybe trying to get that set up on Lewin or something. Mind you, he's probably okay in the arena as well. Especially if we can get him a pursuit band. I feel like that's going to make him really, really strong. What else have we got for money? The healers, like, we definitely want to start doing... Before we get to the end of the chapter, and we're starting to get it, you know, a little bit closer now, we definitely want Aideen to do, you know, 10 warps to get it. I could probably try to get her to level 20 this map without too much work, and then get her promoted, because 10 warps is 6 levels, and she's got the money to repair it again anyway. That's 10 turns of warping, so I got to send a lot of people back to the home base kind of thing for that to work. And I need people to fight. But, you know, we can look at that, and Ethlyn, who's got less money, but lots of money, she's going to do some return magic. She doesn't get 60 XP per cast of return. I think it's like 30 or 40 maybe. I think it's around 30. So she could get like 3 levels up from that. That'll put her at around 15, 16. I mean, I'm not really trying to rush promotions super quick, but the healers that can't really do much, it would be nice. Similarly, we could try to get Deirdre some experience, or Rayquaziz. Rayquaziz is really low levels, so getting these two some experience would be nice. So I'm thinking... Does Sigurd need his money at all, or should he just give it to Deirdre? Is he ever going to buy anything? I think Sigurd can give his money to Deirdre. If she needs it, I can give it to her. Also, she can sell a couple items, so she'll get money from that. So then I think it's probably Rayquaziz. I mean, she can probably sell something too. I was going to have Sylvia do a little bit of liberation on the villages too, but I kind of messed that up. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to give it to Rayquaziz. I don't know if it's a great plan, but... So Dew is going to send some money to the princess, who's right here. And then Dew is going to head down and pick up some more gold. And, you know, he'll give it to somebody eventually. Alright, so it's not a huge rush, but I'll do this right now. Here, have some cash, princess. I kind of think, like, Dew has a little bit of a crush on her anyway. He gave her the thief sword, so, you know, it kind of makes sense. Alright, so Rayquaziz is going to head this way with Beowulf, because eventually we're going to make them buddy-buddy. Oh, also he can talk to her. Right, let's get this out of the way. Hey, you're that Nordian lady, aren't I? I can't forget what accent. It's been a day since I recorded, so I forget which accents I was using. You're that Nordian lady, aren't you? Excuse me? Such boorishness. What manner of lowlife is asking? Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am's, he's got that accent. The name's Beowulf, hired blade. What do you want? Well, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up about fighting. See, war ain't the fun and games you're used to. And someone as green as you, well, you're just gonna get in the way. Besides, a princess is a princess. Why not run along back to your castle now? How dare you! My business in battle is just that, my business, not yours. I'll nail your foul mouth closed. I mean, he's kind of got a point, because she's pretty frail. You know, battlefield's kind of rough. Yeah, you really are Eldegan's sister. Should have known you wouldn't be a pushover. What's that? You know my brother? Oh yeah, Eldegan and me, we go way back. I'd never been so nosy if you hadn't asked me to keep an eye on ya. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry it's snapping at you. Yeah, I've seen a lot worse in my time. Hey, how about a quick battle lesson? Eldegan thought it might be a big help. Oh, why thank you. I'd like that. See, they're meant for each other. Strength, skill, defense. Now she's got a little bit more stats. She got like 2 level ups. Strength, skill, defense. Actually, the 2 defense and 2 skills pretty good for her. Strength, I don't know. She needs a lot more than 2. Okay, so that's done. Let's see. So what I'm kind of thinking is my Cav should be fast enough that I don't need to worry about teleporting them. Like, they can just take the road down this way. Because we're going to need to block some more enemy units before too long. But I could use no, not Rayquaziz, Ethlyn, to warp, or to return, sorry, no, warp specifically. No, her return only sends you back to your base castle. Okay, but what I was going to say was I can use Aideen to warp some people to this castle, Nordion, which will put them a little bit closer to, assumedly. Actually, I don't know if I can warp to Nordion because it's allied. For science. Let's try to warp some foot units that would never make it normally. They're going to be way too slow. Yeah, we can't actually warp where I'm thinking. That's unfortunate. I was kind of planning like, oh, well, we can just warp down to Nordion and that will save us a bunch of time. And I can warp them to Herheim. That'll save them a little bit of time. Or I can warp them all the way home and guard base, but then they won't be fighting against the I think I want, well, I guess we'll see. Holland, we're gonna warp you. And I'm gonna prioritize kind of Aideen's movement here. In case, just if she's got any chance of getting to fighting, we're gonna need to move her quick. This might get Holland, I don't know, it probably saves him a little bit of time. I don't know. It also gets Aideen some good XP, but I mean, that probably saved him a couple turns of movement, but it's pretty minor. Don't worry, Arden, he'll guard the castle. I know you guys can't even see any enemy units yet, but just prepare yourself. They're not going to be very far away. Alright, so Ira is still trying to make friends with Dew, so for now, maybe I'll just send her with Dew. Doesn't really matter too much, but it's fine. We might want to warp Jamka as well, although he's pretty fast. Deirdre might need a warping if I want her to get down in time. Ethlyn, right, so we're gonna... I should return somebody to guard the castle before Levin. Should I? Maybe not. I think we'll get to Levin in time. But will they need backup is the question. Could send Deirdre. Get her back in the castle. I think Deirdre is not going to be able to walk in time to get where she's going to need to go. So we're just going to spend the return to get her back into base where she's at least perhaps able to guard a little bit with her magic. And we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's keep the cav moving. I could also maybe send Sigurd towards Ethlyn when he's done, because he's going to be a turn. He's actually going to be a couple turns behind everybody here. Because he's still back in, he can't move yet, right? Alright, well that's everybody. We'll probably get some story here, and now you'll see why I was so excited to get moving quickly. Oh, by the way, I also looked up, before I forget, this town did have an item. I think it's the only town that has an item, so you really would have to go quick. You need to, I think we did not unlock Levin. When did we unlock Levin and the Dancer? Was it right after we conquered Herheim, I think? So you probably need to unlock, you have to, you know, liberate Herheim fairly quickly so that Levin and Sylvia get unlocked. And then maybe, I don't actually know if you need to worry about the bandits on the east, but you need to rush towards this bandit specifically because this has an item if you want to get the item. And the item is a member's card, I believe, which is the half-price purchasing and selling, which is the same effect that Dew has, his skill, basically. This one, bargain. Except it's on a ring, or a card, essentially. So you could give it to somebody, and they'll have Dew's bargain ability. And you could give them the thief ring, and then they're basically a Dew 2.0. Which is interesting. I don't think it's going to be a huge loss, because it's only one person for half-price purchases. I don't know if it works for the pawnbroker. It probably does. But, I don't think trading around that kind of thing would work, because it's pretty expensive to move the card around, and whoever buys it has to spend a lot of money to pick it up. It'd be hard to save that much money on items when, like, say it costs 20,000 to buy, you'd spend 20,000 extra to buy the card, and then you'd have to at least save that much in purchases to even break even, so. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it, but it is there in case you're trying to get everything. Oh, you can't be serious. They've come as far as Anthony. Are they just gonna keep going on till all Augustry is theirs? They'll have to come this way. We've no choice but to fight. Deploy the ballista. We're all that stands between the capital and Granvale's dogs of war. Alright. Wasn't anticipating ballista either. King Chagall, with all due respect, may we begin already? I need to find Prince Lewin as quickly as possible. You said you knew his location. That's the only reason I'm here. Apologies for the delay, Knight, but I just received word of a lead for you. I trust you've noticed we're currently contending with a Granvale invasion. They've taken Prince Lewin captive. My scouts report their armies are arresting and executing anything that stands in their way. Your prince is being held in Evans Castle. Reports say that he is soon to face the axe. No, I can't allow this. Thank you for your assistance. We'll leave to rescue him at once. Our queen, Rana, cautioned us against clashing with other nations on our mission, but we have no choice. Should Granvale's troops cross our way, they'll be confronted without hesitation. Oh, this is even better than I'd hoped. Best of luck on your hunt. I'll be on my way then. So that's why I was telling you guys a few minutes ago that we had to rush. Because, oh look, a bunch of Pegasus Knights. She's gone. Stupid girl. Ready the Augustine Knights to deploy. End those pigs in a single strike. Alright, we got a bunch of armor guys. That's pretty scary. Another general boss. Alright, let's see how far they move. So there's, looks like 8 Lance Cav, I think, and then 2 sort of Paladins, etc., whatever they are. So this is why we need to get our guys guarding the castle down here in the middle. And then this is why we need to get someone guarding our home base down in the bottom right. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be reloading or anything because I'm pretty sure we've got enough time. Now, if they moved at full range, they could get here in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 turns, probably. I mean, I have some harsh estimation there, but it was probably going to take them around 5 turns at full speed. I don't actually think they move full speed, though. I think they only move like half speed, like 5 squares or so. So I think we have a fair amount of time to do this. But obviously, if you want to have a little chit-chat with our friend Erin, as she is translated in this version, we're going to need to, you know, we need Lewin to talk to her, pretty obviously. It's not really a spoiler at this point, because she's looking for Lewin. Now, the trick is, of course, like, basically all I'm trying to say is, like, clearly, if you leave Lewin over here, she's not going to fly over and see him, because she's heading to Evans. There's also this guy who might be heading south, or just standing around. I don't know what we need to do with him. Someone can go kill him eventually. Also, there's Ballista. Oh, they blocked those. Technically, actually kind of lucky I took those 2 towns out early, because the Ballista could shoot you if you stood on them now. Alright, also a ton of sword guys. Actual Myrmidons. So that's a little bit dangerous. Enemies with skills, finally. Armor Knight with Javelin. Mages, hey, we're getting the whole gamut of enemy classes this time around. And a Sleep Mage. Alright. So 10 tiles puts people to sleep. If we kill this guy before he wastes all well, it doesn't look like it has a durability on him. So as long as I wouldn't be surprised if it uses it anyway. Like if it has 3 charges and he uses it up, then we don't get it, kind of thing. Or I guess we get it broken, maybe. Anyway, we'll try to get that. So you have to keep an eye on sleep. I didn't even think of this or know of this, but that's another reason not to send anyone up to get these 2 towns. Mind you, it's possible. What's we looking at? 15 magic? No. So Lewin does not have enough resistance to resist being put to sleep. So, okay, I think my decision was right. Lewin, I could have visited the town, I know, but I'm going to save those for due. Oh, dang it. I got to remember to turn these animations off. It doesn't take all that long, but, you know, it adds up over an hour-long episode. Alright, and that should only be a couple turns away for Ethlyn now. Now, I still might want more than just Lewin to go back to Evans. Depending on how the formation works here, it might not be super easy to talk to Aaron. Although I wouldn't be surprised, like, if Lewin is out front, like if I move him, if I deploy him this side, I wouldn't be surprised if she just runs down and talks to him. I'd be surprised if she suicides on the prince. Like, as soon as she sees him, she should just go talk to him. Maybe. Maybe. I don't actually know. Okay, so let's move Holin over. He saved himself a tiny little bit of time by getting warped. Oops. Now, for the next casting, so Dew's gonna go pick up some money. Ira's gonna follow him, and I'll probably end up using return. If Ethlyn's down this way, I might just end up returning those two. Ethlyn's gonna be kind of out of position here. It's gonna take a couple turns, but that'll send a few people back to base. That would be Dew, Ira, and Levin, and, is it Levin or Lewin? Maybe it used to be called Lewin. Oh, it's definitely Lewin. It's not Levin. Maybe it used to be called Levin. I don't know. Lewin. So many translations. Alright. Then, do I want to return... we could, yeah. We will, warp, Al, whatever his name is, Azel, because he's, pretty slow as well. In fact, 5 movement is about as low as it gets, so this might get him into the action. HP, SP, luck. I'll probably warp Jamka as well. Actually, at this point, we're close enough, it's not going to save any turns, so maybe I won't. Could warp Raquizes. She can heal. Oh, she's supposed to be hanging out with Beowulf, that's right. It's not the end of the world, but... she needs some experience. It's going to be... some characters, I'm not sure how I'm going to get them anywhere levels up at all. Like, they're not very tough. Now, I'm not sure if Beowulf should be rushing down to combat or spending more time with potential lover. I think... oops, that's a mistake. We can't walk through those tiles, so might as well go this way. I don't know which side's faster at this point. Arden! Arden, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Okay. So now we have Deirdre. She doesn't really have anything to do. I mean, we could... I don't know what we could do with her. We could... you know, she... I didn't even think of it. She didn't need to be returned. She could have used the return spell to come home on her own. The return band. Let's find out how much that's worth. Because I was thinking of selling it anyway, because I don't really know who I wanted on. And I just mostly wanted her to get some money. 10 grand? That's not bad. Can't sell the circlet. There. So now someone else can get the return band for 20k if I care. I have a feeling... I don't really know what good that is, really. Like... I mean, I obviously I know what it does, but I don't know who wants it, kind of thing. Alright, well, that's that. So I guess I might have to transfer... If I want her to get levels up, so I might have to transfer, like, the warp or the warp or... I should have given her money from Sigurd before we came back, because I was gonna give her money from Sigurd. But what I'm thinking is, if I give her the warp or return staff, then we can get her some level ups as well, and maybe that'll help her, you know, into combat. Other than that, Sigurd. Oh yeah, you got a long way to go, but he's pretty fast. All right, that's all that's left. All right, Macklemore. He's doing nothing. So it looks like the Macaulay forces are just set on defense, whereas the Augusti forces are going to head our way. I should have a look at the Cav to see how strong they are before we plan out our defense. It would be a real shame if they sacked Raquiz's castle. Yeah, look at those Pegasus. They're not moving full speed. There's no way. We got lots of time. I was probably worried for nothing. Now, having the Dancer down the other side, if she could just hop down the cliff, this would be really useful, but I kind of get the feeling she's not going to have a whole lot of value on this map just because it's going to take her so long to get into the action. I'll give her a little bit of money. We can't thank you enough for helping us. It's a sword? Oh, I should have checked what villages drop stuff. This here sword's the best we can do. It's an unusual sword, innit? They call it an armor slayer. In the right hands, it'll cleave right through the thickest armor. In your hands, if your hands aren't the right hands, though, maybe it can make you a quick buck at a pawn shop in town. Well, she can use some swords. But not B rank. Alright, Armor Slayer. Okay, well, hey, she can sell it for a quick buck and then someone else can pay double for it. Whatever. It's fine. Oh yeah, we're going to be warping back in no time here. Alright. Mounted units. So good. Alright, so next turn we can send Levin back, or Lewin back, whatever you want to call him. Do is going to come pick up some money. Ira is just going to hang out with Du for a little bit longer and then get returned. Yeah, well, basically, we'll use Ethlyn to send all these guys back after they're done. And then that means, you know, she's the one that probably wants the return ban. Whoever's got the return staff. Because you can return everybody else, and then you need to return yourself. Maybe we'll get there one day. Oh yeah, before I forget, how are these Cav looking? So hopefully this army stays still, and I'm definitely not going to be attacking into the ballista till I'm ready. That's a pretty... If there's no way... Oh no, we can go... Thicket. We can't actually go through the thicket, I don't think. I'm not sure if I have any... Like, Jamka maybe, but Jamka might be the only one. Like, those are pretty well defended ballista. Are we supposed to go this way to attack the ballista from the rear? Man, that'll take forever. Oh well, we'll figure something out. The ballista don't do a ton of damage, but there's a lot of them, so they've got a pretty good defensive position. 17 damage. I think if you hit this one with a flyer from the south and then moved into the tile it was on, then the other ones couldn't kill you. So as long as you could perhaps recruit a flyer, you could take this guy out, assuming you can fly in, kill him, and then move on to his square. Although that's probably not going to work. Flyers aren't going to have more than 10 range. No, you only need like 8 movement. How much movement do these guys have? 8. This might work if you started your turn here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not enough. Yeah, because you need 9, 10, 11 to actually kill him, theoretically, and then stand there in a spot where you're not getting hit by everybody else. Yeah, because of this guy, you can't stand in that tile without taking a, well, I think it's double damage against flying. It probably just one-shots them. Alright. That's a problem for future Ankylo. Now, I'm sure Ceres vets were aware that I didn't really need to send all of my units to the north. But it's okay. I probably overcommitted to the assault on Herheim. No, not Herheim. Anfoni. Anfoni. Alright, now I'm thinking of doing more teleporting. We could send Sigurd all the way home, too. At least that would put him with Deirdre. But, like, the thing is, I feel like you always want Sigurd around for the big battles, right? Because he gives his leadership bonus. Kind of the same with Rayquazis, because they have that passive 10% hit avoid. It seems like they're pretty important for keeping nearby for main battles, even if you're not going to fight with them. Well, you know what else I care about? I care about getting experience, and this is an easy way to get experience. HP, magic, luck. Puts her at level 15. She's actually like one of our highest level characters already. Look at that. I totally planned this out. Experience for everyone. I think I would like Aideen to get to level 20 and then pass the warp staff on. And maybe the same thing for Ethlyn. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get like the potential to use magic at level 20, assuming we ever find tomes for them. And Deirdre doesn't really have much to do here. I guess because she has Miracle, we could try her in the arena a couple more times. I don't really need to save state, because she's not going to do anything but regenerate here anyway. But let's just see how it looks. I think last time we tried this, she died because she's so slow. Or she's so weighed down, specifically. Unless this guy puts her into Miracle range, I don't know how she would win. So he does 16 damage. She can kill him in 2 hits, but she needs to be like at 1 or 2 HP to survive via Miracle. So I guess what we do is we find out maybe her passive regeneration will put her at what did I say? He does 16 damage, so she needs to be at like 17 or 18, and then she should be able. And in fact, even if she's 19 or 20, he would have like a 20% accuracy on the second hit, which she might actually have a reasonable chance at that point. So, yeah, I think just a couple tries with her will be fine in the arena. She'll probably get this kill eventually. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone with Miracle should be able to finish the arena off if you're patient. Alright, so they're starting to get a little bit close there. Oh, I keep forgetting to check their stats, yeah. We gotta have a little look at those Lance guys. Like, I don't think Arden can stop them, basically. Also, before I forget, Sigurd, Lewin, Alex, Sylvia, Sigurd. No one that's anywhere near each other, so that doesn't matter yet. Alright, so they are maybe 2 turns away from the open field, and so are we. So we'll probably... Actually, this has worked out really well. I wasn't 100% sure we would line up in time, but we're going to have Quan and Midir pretty much ready to meet them as soon as they get here. And then they'll have backup not too far away. And, like, obviously, the preferred would be to, like, choke point them right along, sort of along here, or maybe even here, if we had the time. Out of range of the ballista, yeah, this would be optimals, like, right here, just choke point them in. But I don't think we have enough time. So, what are these guys? Level 12 Lance Knights, 22 damage, but pretty poor stats altogether. Lances. Commander's a bit stronger with a Steel Lance, so 32 damage from him. 22 damage from his friends. So these guys, actually, we don't have to worry about very much. But the boss will hit us, or the mini-boss, whatever you want to call him. He'll hit a little hard. It'd be nice to steal that 3,000 gold, but it's just not going to happen, I don't think. Dew's far away, and the only other stealer right now would be Rayquazis with a Thief's Sword. Alright, first off, let's make sure I send Lewin back to where he needs to be. So yeah, this looks like we've got him into position way early, so this was definitely the right idea, and I had enough time, so it was no big deal. It would have been nice to have him talk to Sigurd first, because they did have something to talk about, but, you know, as it turns out, I didn't have time for that. Alright, we're going to leave the rest of these villages for Dew, who's getting close. In fact, I might even dance him to kind of speed that up a little bit before I return them. I think that's probably sensible, because with dancing, we can capture these 3 villages pretty quick. That's smart. Use those dances. Actually, having Sylvia in a castle, I believe you can dance while you're in a castle, would be quite useful as well for healing and doing more arenaing. Which, spoiler alert, we're going to still have to do a little bit more arenaing this map. We're not done yet. Beowulf hasn't even gone to the arena yet. Rayquaza hasn't gone to the arena yet. Somebody else might be a little bit strong enough to survive it. Maybe. Maybe. I wish we could have used Warp to go to Nordion. Like, I get it. It's an allied castle, so it's not technically ours, but that's unfortunate. And don't worry, guys. We have a Pursuit Band Arden ready to hold the tide. He's going to guard this this place, this beachfront. It's not really a beachfront. 16 defense. I wonder... They would do 1 damage to him. Every turn, he would take 5 damage because 5 hits. He could survive 9 rounds of ballista fire as he, assumedly, I don't know if he can actually move through the thicket, but if he could move through the thicket, once he gets here, you start there, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ballista shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack, and then 1 ballista shot, and then he'd move into that square and he'd be fine. Maybe that's how we do it. Because he's got so much... I mean, I have a couple characters with lots of defense, but that'd be kind of hilarious. Have Arden clear out the entire ballista. Actually, it's a little bit better, I think, to stand in this tile. Gotta get those roads, right? Okay, so... How much healing did we get? 6. So we need... what did I say? I think if we stay here, we're getting 5 per turn. It's a little bit not perfect because that'll put her at 16, right? And I don't think 16 will work in the arena. While we're here, though, let's have Lewin give the arena a shot. Because it's going to take a little while before Aaron gets there. So let's see how he does. I feel like he should be fine. And I'm pretty sure the Pursuit Band will cost 20k to transfer. So he needs some money one way or the other. Alright, Lewin, level up. What you got? HP, skill, magic, defense. Yeah, he's off to a great start. I wouldn't be surprised if he just clears this whole place. Now, the Elfire guy does have Weapon Triangle on him. But Lewin's got Adept and the ability to miss twice in a row. So he's got that going for him. Come on, Lewin. I just said you can clear this whole place, and here you are losing to Elfire. He's got 2 Adepts. Alright, good. I feel like he should have won that fight. He needed to get hit 3 times at 64%, and he only needed to hit like twice, so come on. Alright, Lewin. Alright, this is a double hitter. Because he goes first and has Adept and can kill things in 2 attacks, even if he loses, I can throw him in at 1 HP. All he needs is an Adept and not missing and he'll win, which isn't that hard. Well, Adept is not the most likely thing. Okay, let's see speed here against the Myrmidon. He is faster than the Myrmidon. Excellent. Alright, he needs 2 hits and to not get hit 3 times in a row. He's got his Adept. Good. I feel like... I mean, it's like bias, like it's survivor bias or something, but it seems like the odds never favor me. Like, the enemy has 50%, they hit. I have 70%, I missed. It's not survivor bias, but there is a name for that kind of bias. It feels like you remember the bad events more than the good events. Alright, we need 3 spells on this guy. He needs to hit us twice, but we're way more accurate. Alright. Lewin, you're doing great. I know I just said you miss all the time, but He didn't miss today, so... I've got a short-term memory, right? One good fight, and it's all back. Alright, now I believe he has Weapon Triangle on Thunder Mage, so that should make this a little easier. Yeah. He'll need a few hits here. 16 damage, 2 more hits. Versus 2 hits to die. Ouch. Alright. Still, at 96%, almost guaranteed, right? Man, if I give him that Pursuit Band, he's going to be so good. Because he'll be doing Adepts and Pursuits. Yeah, I think he's going to be overkill with that. Probably stronger than necessary. Okay, I don't know if he can win this fight. Chamos is pretty tough. He is faster. That's a good sign. 37%. So he's going to need a lucky dodge or two. He's got an Adept. Got a dodge. Alright, Lewin clearing the arena like a boss. Pretty happy with that. Here's your rewards. Now maybe you can afford some awesome ring later. Alright, well I'm not too surprised, but still, that was nice. Pretty powerful mage, I like it. Definitely a fan. He will have a pairing with a certain woman eventually, because we're going to want to inherit his amazing wind magic to somebody else. Don't you worry about that. Deirdre needs to regen a little bit, and that's it. All right, end turn. I guess if I put her, I could have put Deirdre guarding the castle, and she would have got double regen, like. Or, I'm actually not sure how it works. Her Miracle is the survival. Doesn't she have the recovery skill that gives her HP regen? I thought her Circlet gave her Miracle and whatever the name of that other one is. Let me double check here. I feel like she should get the castle healing and also her ring healing. But maybe they don't actually stack. Maybe it's just the same skill. Circlet is Renewal. Yeah, that's the name of it, right? I'm pretty sure if you're playing like a modern Fire Emblem, especially something like Three Houses, I'm pretty sure if you get someone that has the Renewal skill, whatever the name of it is in the modern games, and you're on top of a regenerating tile, I think you get both effects. Or like, essentially if you have more than one source of regeneration, you get both of them. And they sort of stack. Maybe they don't in this game. Anyway, she's at 11. She should be at 16 next turn, but if I remember correctly, the enemy does 16 damage in the arena to her, so might not work. We've still got quite a few turns before Aaron's going to get down here, so the main problem will be dealing with these guys. Let's handle Dew in this all first. Anthony's Lord Macbeth is the foulest, most gold-obsessed man there is. He's actually already dead. He does nothing but torment us for his own profit. I wish I could kill him with my own bare hands. Also, give us all your gold. Alright, look at this, all synced up, getting all these dances in. Sometimes I feel like I know what I'm doing. Except, you know, remember to turn off the animations. That's when I don't actually know what I'm doing. Want to hear something saucy? You know Lord Eldigan and his little sister, right? Well, looking at him, wouldn't you say there's a little more to it than that? If you know what I mean. I love a little bit of gossip. I've better things to do than run my mouth, you say? Fine then. What was that? Eldigan and his sister? That's Rayquaziz? She's implying that they're having a Lannister relationship? Come on. Alright, so Dew needs one more turn. One more thievery. I don't know if we're ever going to have time to visit these villages. Because we're going to have to wait until... Like, they're both in range of sleep. I mean, I'd like to get them eventually. We could leave Dew up here, I guess. Let's send Sylvia back right now. I guess we could also just leave Ethlyn, because, like, she has a long way to go to get home to help out. She can't return herself. Should have given her the return ban in retrospect. So I guess that would mean once Do is done, we send Do and Ira back, and then Ethlyn just sort of chills until she can steal a little bit of money. That kind of means she doesn't do anything else for the rest of the chapter, though, but... 15 magic. Could she resist sleeping? No. Is there anybody that has, like, huge resistance? Not even close. We need, like, 16 resistance. Oh! Deirdre could survive being put to sleep. As in, she would not actually go to sleep. Interesting. 11 HP, so she'll have 16 next turn. We'll have Sylvia here to do whatever Sylvia does. She just dances. I don't know if she'll have any chance in the arena at all. She doesn't seem very strong. Oh yeah, she can sell her Armor Slayer too. I don't know who needs that. Armor has not been particularly hard to deal with, so having, you know, extra effectiveness against them is not a huge big deal right now. Alright, let's deal with this group. So we want to block up somewhere. We can stand in these squares right now, but we can only get like a couple people close enough. I actually think next turn we'll have enough cavalry ready that we'll be able to take out this entire force, or at least very nearly so. I actually, you know what I could have done is had Quan... I probably should have put Quan right here and had him just counter a couple of them on enemy phase. Oh well. Beowulf also has to get to the arena at some point. Midir is archer. Needs to be a little bit more careful. Don't worry, we've got Arden. Arden's going to keep us alive. Jamka, probably going to be a little bit late to the party. Holland, probably a little bit late. Lex is trying to catch up, but he's going to be a little bit slow too. Do you need any healing or anything? No. I was thinking I might be able to sneak away a heal out of good old Aideen there. She's just gonna lag behind a little bit. She's another one I guess the return ring would work on, right? Because she could warp everyone but herself back, and then she could return ring herself. So I might try to buy that return ring. It's 20k. I'm not sure which one I would want to put it on right now. Ethlyn is married to Quan, so Quan could send her his money. And he's got tons of money, so maybe we'll do that. We'll send Quan's money to Ethlyn. She can buy the return band before we finish the chapter, and that way she's got... Because I kind of messed this up, I feel like. It's a bit messy. Or maybe I'll do something different, who knows. Alright, so we're going to have 2 waves of horse guys. Now, I do feel like the Iron Lance guys are going to be pretty minor. Don't forget about the Pegasus Brigade. Pegasus Knights have really large wings in their map sprite in this game, which is nice. Alright, do the final village. Do the final village. Do the do. War's the most dreadful thing, and 'tis always the innocent and helpless who suffer most for it. Please go home to your families. Also, here's all our gold. Thanks for saving us, so that you can rob us. I mean, if I send Do home, all he gets to do is send his money to someone else. He actually is not going to be anywhere near combat. Unless we send him home, and we send Aideen home, and then after we capture Mackley, we start using Warp to send people to Mackley. Maybe that would work. I think, regardless, Ira has nothing to do except bond. So we're going to send her back first. Because I still haven't decided if I'm going to leave anyone up here to pick up the last couple of villages. I'm not sure. Because we'd have to wait for a little while. Dew could get another, was it 3,000, 5,000, so they're 8,000 gold. And then that's nice, because we can give that to whoever we want. Ethlyn doesn't need it, per se, because of Quan, but, maybe. Oh, you know what? She's got a range 2 weapon. She could be sniping these guys from over the ridge. I could have done that. Oh, I might have had a freebie attack there if I was smarter. Alright. Somebody remind past Ankylo that there's a cool trick I could have done. Should we just go all out here? I feel like that's a pretty safe choice. Like, these are all lax guys. Axe guys that Lex will Rex. Lex, why do you do this to me? Beowulf, unfortunately, not a great matchup. 15 damage. He's got Pursuit. He'll take 12. He's kind of in a corner here, though, so I can probably protect him with the other cav. This is fine. And he could have got an extra attack via Adept, I think. Strength. Luck. Hey, strength is always nice. Yeah, we're just going to leave him right there. He's got double and a cost. Not Adept, but a cost could have got him in free attack. Okay, Arden? Value. Nope. Wait, he might actually. Hold on. 2 versus -3. Here we go, guys. This is it. Time for Arden to shine. He's gonna feel like Alec today. He misses 86%, leaves the guy with 1 HP. Oh, Arden. Never change. Never change. Strength. He's actually getting so much defense. I swear he's got 30% defense growth, but he's got it almost every single level up. I think he starts the game with 12, and I think he was he level 1? He might have not even been level 1 when he joined. Like, he might have been level 2 or 3 when he joined. I'm pretty sure he's got 5 defense level ups, and he's only level 8. So, yeah. Freaking Arden. Trying to be good. He's trying. Alright, well that was unfortunate. I think we're going to just use Midir here so that he can pull out of the way, because I don't want him in range of the cav, or at least not very many. Now, to be fair, Midir also has a surprisingly high amount of defense. But because he can't counter, I still don't really want him taking a lot of hits. Another defense point for Midir. Sure, why not? We all want defensive bow knights, right? He's actually Leonie in disguise. If you've played Three Houses, you know who Leonie is. She's the defensive, tanky bow knight in that game. Alright, I could make a wall right here. That's probably the way to do it. Beowulf took 1 hit. 1 more is not going to kill him. What about the boss? Steel Lance. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we could put 1 person in front of him. So 1, 2, 3, plus 1 more. That'll protect Arden and Beowulf with these guys. So the question will be, who do we put into this spot? How do we do this? How do we do this? Just want to see how Finn does. He's got a Brave Lance, so... Oh, this guy's got, like, no life left. Okay, so it doesn't need to be Finn. Speaking of other amazing cavaliers, Alec. Well, you can't really mess this up, so... So don't. But he'll probably mess up his level up. The one thing he can mess up today. Alright, skill and strength is good. Alright, so you're the rightmost wall. We're gonna have Noish. So from here, we can probably move down. I'm thinking we'll actually be able to kill everyone but the boss. We might even be able to kill the boss if I set this up right, but it would probably need Finn on Brave Lance to kill the boss, assuming he can double. Because he's got Pursuit and Brave. That's 4 attacks. Minus 12. He's got 1 speed versus minus 1. So he can quad the boss. But that puts... No, because we're going to have more enemies coming down. Well, 1. It's not even that bad, actually. Let me just see how the numbers look out. How the numbers check out. 18 damage times 4. But he'll take 19 pretty much for sure. That'll put him at half HP. This guy won't kill him on his own, because he does much less damage and weapon triangle. Oh, these guys have swords, actually, by the way. We've got a lance, a lance cav brigade and a sword cav brigade. Can he actually stand in this tile? If the boss can make it to here, or the mini-boss, the paladin, then leaving Finn on that square is a pretty bad plan. Mind you, Quan could hit and run. He won't get the kill. I think it's better to play it safe in this situation and not take damage. This is 21. Yeah, this is perfect. No counters allowed. Man, brave weapons are so good. I'm not sure if I should let Quan get killed specifically or not, but this is fine. Oh, we could use Quan to throw a javelin at the boss. That would be safe. Yeah, and then Quan can... Because I wanted to have someone end turn in front of Beowulf. I'm almost positive we'll have enough movement to do this now. So, get some damage in via ranged, and then pull over. That's totally safe, yeah. Well, there is a way this doesn't work. One thing, the boss has a javelin, so... But, if this guy attacks, say, Alec, gets the big hit in, and then cantos away, and then the boss... No, he can't hit us. Right. The point was, I didn't want to leave anyone on these tiles, which is what we did not do. This cav plus this guy is not killing anyone, I don't believe. Okay. I think I did that all right. We got reinforcements on the way. I wish the R button didn't take you to the opposite side of the map when there was units nearby that you could use. And we're doing all this work with no leadership or charm bonuses even. Just imagine how easy it would be with those. We'd actually have some dodge chance. Alright, so while we're looking at Deirdre, I'm going to save here because I'm just 100% double checking that this guy did 16 damage and not 15. Because if we're going to wait one more turn, I think. Yeah. Exactly 16. That's too bad. So wait one more round and we'll try that again. Meanwhile, we've got Sylvia, who's no longer sleepy. And Ira's here. Ira's already cleared the arena. I can deploy her if I want. So Sylvia, I suppose... Oops. Well, for one, she can sell this thing. She doesn't need the Armor Slayer. So a little bit of money. Armor Slayer doesn't seem to be too expensive, so moving that around is no big deal if I want. You can see if she's got any boyfriends yet. Oh, you've had Lewin dwelling on your mind of late. Any other mysteries you wish to see revealed? So we don't actually want her and Lewin to get together. So we probably want to move them away. Because I don't know if they get support points inside the castle together, but if they do, I don't want that. So, let's dance. Let's dance. Oh, dang, that animation. Why do I never remember to turn it off? That gets Ira. Not that she's got anything specifically that she needs to do. It's more just to get that dance XP. Okay, I want Lewin out here for now. I'm not sure how this will work. I might still need a couple more people to help kind of guard the castle to protect him, but we'll see. Alright. That's everybody. We're already at an hour long, so maybe we'll just do like one more turn here and see. Probably need to end the episode though, honestly. But we'll make sure that nobody dies here on end turn. So Alec can't double these guys because their swords are light, and he has terrible stats. Anyway, we actually managed to push them into the choke point, so this is quite nice for me. Oh, he's just javeling at Beowulf. I didn't even consider that, but still. I was pretty sure he could survive a hit, so this works out. Alright, you know what? I'll take that. Unfortunately, the boss was wise enough not to stay on that tile, because I was really like, I could light brand, but as it turns out, it's not going to work this turn. Anyway, let's call that an episode. We've got ourselves a battle in the canyon for the next episode. We're going to have to work a way out to get through these ballista, and actually a new set of enemies that we've never fought before, so actually fighting myrmidons and mages will be fun. And, yeah, I think we're in a pretty strong position right now. The only caveat is, like, making sure we deal with the Pegasus correctly, and maybe getting these villages at some point. Otherwise, pretty happy. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Fire Emblem 4.